Hello, everybody. How are you doing? So I'm getting ready to wait and see how many of you are going to hop on. Um, Basically, we are going to talk about this topic that is near and dear to my heart, which is high functional autism. Of course, for those of you who have been following me for a while, you already know that in my household, I have multiple learning differences, particularly more so with one child than the other. Like my other child is more fairly gifted, other than math, having dyscalculia, whereas my other child is equally talented and very very intelligent. However, my child does have different challenges or struggles that comes along with having a learning difference. I don't really care for the term learning disability. Excuse me, being that from the get-go, when a child hear that term, learning disabilities or special needs, they feel like they're broken in some way. And I noticed by working with children for many years, once you start putting negative titles on or attach it to a child, you notice that their self-confidence goes down. Some children start to act out, whereas some children become more reserved and start standing back a little bit, and or start isolating themselves based on the title and the stigma that's related to the title. So on this channel, you'll notice in the beginning, I did used to use the term special needs, learning disabilities. However, I explained, I think even in the previous video, not a previous video, but a past video, how I do still use those terms, but only when it's necessary. Meaning when you have to go in for a particular service and stuff, because 9 times out of 10, your state is not recognizing the term learning difference. They recognize the term special needs or learning disabilities. And that's the only time I will use it, if I'm trying to avail myself to a certain service for my child. But other than that, I prefer the term learning difference, because I personally feel that it's just a different way, a different perspective of learning. And being that we're in a society that kind of have this one size fit all policy, and if you don't fall into that mode, you're deemed something is defective with you, or something is not normal because you don't follow the atypical way of doing things that everyone else does it. So, and that doesn't make it wrong. Excuse me, pollen over here in South Carolina, so you have to excuse me. That doesn't make it wrong. It doesn't make you less than of. It just simply means you just have a different way of learning, a different way you approach things. But in all cases, a child with learning differences or disabilities, which I don't like, or special needs, every single child can be successful. Every single child can accomplish and do some amazing things regardless of the type of way in which they learn. Us as parents, we just have to figure out how we as a parent can try our very, very best to provide them a positive, nurturing platform on which they can stand. I'm not saying that learning differences don't provide a challenge, because it does. However, with every single child I have ever worked with in my life, and or ever experienced being around, that falls into this category, they are exceptionally great at something or many things. And once you find that particular thing that makes them unique and special in the talented realm and not in the disability realm, you will notice that they far exceed what is considered atypical normal. A lot of the children that falls into, in this particular video, is not all just about special needs or learning disabilities. I'm telling you, man, I can't get this right here out of my throat, the pollen, or learning differences. And as a whole, which I can do another video on that. Of course, I'm not the authority on all learning differences, but I have been around. I personally have that challenge within my homeschool, and I have personally worked with many, many children that falls into this category, which I hate to say. And I have seen with my very own eyes and experienced it in my life how amazing these children are if we only give them the time to shine, or work a little bit harder to figure out what unique talents or gifts that they have. And so with that being said, if you have never ever seen my video before, my name is Tina. I am here at Homeschooling and Oils. I'm a homeschooling consultant and a health and wellness coach. And I also empower all of you entrepreneurs out there how to be fearless on live video or in video in period. So I'm a mamapreneur. And I also am a very, very heavy advocate for learning differences. So that's why I decided to do this video here on YouTube. I also talked about autism last week on my Facebook page, which kind of just blew up a little bit. Not viral, but I saw that it's a need to talk about these more touchy topics. So I decided to go right back into it. So if you have a child with learning difference or have a family member or somebody, I hope this video will be beneficial to you and encourage you by sharing my experience. So with that being said, and I'm constantly have to clear my throat, so excuse me. Pollen in South Carolina. But anyway, long story short, like I said, my child has multiple learning differences, one of which, the main one, is high functional autism and very, very dyslexic. For those of you who do not know what dyslexia is, it's more than just a reading difference. Most of us, when we hear the word dyslexia, we think of, oh, they just can't read that well, or they can't spell that well. Well, yes, that is true. However, there's some dyslexics who can spell fairly well, and there's some dyslexics that can read fairly well, but then the comprehension that goes behind it, also the writing, the expressive speech, it's a whole lot of different things that encompass dyslexia. So if you don't know, I encourage you to look that up. I don't know why my voice started doing this as soon as I go live, but anyway, what I've been trying to do personally with my homeschool is trying to find ways in order to provide a positive platform which my child can stand, find out what amazing talents that my children have, and try to provide a way or an environment that my child that has a learning difference can see that they are exceptionally great. Just because you learn differently does not mean that you're broken. So we might have to go about things a little bit differently. However, you can reach your goal just like everybody else if you work hard. So I should have brought me something in here so I can clear my throat. Sorry about this, y'all. I hate clearing my throat like this, but the pollen. But anyway, so many people feel like, okay, well, a child with high functional autism, a child with dyslexia cannot run a business, cannot be successful. Well, I'm here to tell you there are many, many different ways in which you can accommodate a child that has learning differences, that even with their learning difference, you can accommodate them in such a way that they can actually run a business. Yeah, they're going to need help, just like we're an adult. If we run a business, I need help running a business. Like, everybody needs help. I don't know why we act like we don't. Everybody needs help at some point or another. It's just that when you have a child with a learning difference, you have to do a little bit different accommodations. Like my child who has dyslexia, my child who has high functional autism, My child is very, very meticulous on organization. I noticed that by the simplest little thing, by washing dishes. My child, very, very meticulous by having everything categorized, same shape, same size, same color, same texture, blah, 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 right? So I noticed that on how my child does the chores. And I was like, okay, so I think my child would be great with anything that is set up like in an inventory, kind of like you do your part and I do my part kind of scenario. So I did that excellent in that. My child also is very, very excellent with visuals. So if you see a picture, and then words, but not too many words, and just very simple, precise, right? So I set up my children's store on Facebook and also on Instagram, Better Bargain Books. How I set it up was so that my children can run it themselves with very little help from me, knowing that one of my children have dyslexia, really, really severe dyslexia, and one child doesn't. I avail the talents of both children. So I have one child that's voracious speller, writer, loves to write all the time, read, blah, 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 blah. So I put that child on things like doing invoices, writing out to the customers, because that child naturally excels in that. Now my child that has a learning difference, I use pictures to make sure I take a picture of the inventory, I put a little description of that particular item or book. And then I also put the price. Very, very simple, very, very direct and precise. So when an order comes in for them to, they get an order from their store, like somebody in their group asks for a certain item, I go in, pull up that group, and I let the child with the learning difference, I let them see the picture of the item, because remember, my child has severe dyslexia, right? So I say the name of the book that is coming out, and then I also show them a picture of how it looks. So that child, I already know how we have everything organized, because very, very good with inventory. We organize by price point. The child goes in there, pick up the inventory, look for the cover of the book. If they have any trouble, they come back, look at the picture of the book. If maybe the words was confusing, maybe sometimes it has a silent E and the word has E's in it, but you don't hear them, because that's the problem too. So have a picture. My child was able to go get that and pack the inventory, make sure, go give them a list and checks off the things one step by one step. The other child then entails, that's really, really good with spelling and writing and all that stuff, takes that after my child that has the learning difference has that. Then after they finish their part, then the other child come in and finish it. And then I come in and supervise or check or inspect it at the end to make sure that everything is correct. So there are so many different ways in which you can make sure that your child totally rock it, totally crush it regardless if they have a learning difference or not. Some children are naturally livid with vocals or dance or art, or maybe they very, very good on speaking in front of people or individuals. Whatever that is, maybe they're good at sewing, cooking, whatever it is. Find out what it is. Let them test and try different little things. And then once you see that they're good at something, try to encourage and motivate them and help them to see that, yes, you may have learning challenges. And yes, it may be a struggle at some time, but listen, you still can do what your heart desires you to do if you put forth the effort. And I'm going to help facilitate a way in which you can totally crush it. So this was kind of like an ad-lib video. So sorry if I'm a little bit rambly, because it kind of threw me off with my throat. But anyway, listen, you guys, please do not just watch the video. I appreciate when you watch it, but make sure you comment, like this video, comment on this video, like and share any other content that I have here at Homeschooling and Oils, because that's how all of this encouragement gets out there. And I am trying my best to get to 1,000 subscribers. because once I reach that, I have a mega giveaway. So help me help you get the mega giveaway. I'm so excited. I just love doing giveaways, you guys. I feel like a little Oprah. But anyway, I am really trying to get 1,000 subs very, very shortly. And normally I don't really go too much for that, but YouTube made this new thing that you can't go live other than from a desktop. You can't go live from your mobile device if you don't have 1,000 subscribers. So guess what? I need your help helping me get 1,000 subs, because I am getting ready to be doing some amazing stuff in this month, next month, just the months. We're getting ready to do some amazing stuff. And I'm going to be out and about. And if I can't go live from my mobile phone, I'm not going to be carrying a laptop computer like everywhere. So help me be able to help you so you can see what's going on, and you really, really want to know what's going on. So help me get those 1,000 subscribers, because your girl want to show you what's all going on. Because if you're into homeschooling, which I know you are, if you're into health and wellness, which I know some of you are, and if you are into, because we have a lot of new homeschoolers and not a lot of new individuals who are trying to learn how to be entrepreneurs, different stuff like that. I'm going to be talking about all of that, because all of that encompasses what Homeschooling and Oils is all about, because I am a mompreneur. I'm trying to raise some little kidpreneurs. And so I will be sharing all of that with you. And usually I didn't share that aspect of it, but I'm going to start sharing it, because I really, at the end of the day, I want you to be able to see it real time so it can motivate you and encourage you. This video is way too long. I meant to do 12 minutes or less. However, I apologize about that because my throat was like, So I will talk to you guys later. Have a great rest of your day. And if you want to know more about being a mompreneur or just an entrepreneur, let me know. If you want to know how to be fearless on video, let me know. If you want to know about health and wellness, let me know. And if you want to know more about homeschooling, let me know. And in the comment section, if it's a certain topic that you would like for me to discuss here on this YouTube channel, I am opening up. Now, I'm not saying I'm going to do every single topic you put down, but when you put it down, I will give that great consideration. And if you want to see more content, let me know what you want to see, and I will do my very best to bring that to you, because your girl gonna be very, very busy making some things happen, homeschooling wise and otherwise. And I want you to share into the journey. So in order to do that, I need to have those 1,000 subscribers. So help me. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.